Good morning, everybody. Right, we're on to the next page. And I've already taken it out because it's, quite big. So I've had a look here and I've come up with, I have this in my stash. Okay, it's all very autumnal colours. So I found a piece in there, which I quite like, which I'm going to rip up and distress, of course, which I thought that went nicely. And I got I got these cards here that come from, the paint. I always pick them up when I'm there. The paint and everything. Will you select your paint colours? Sorry, I'm miles away then. I was thinking about what I was doing rather than speaking. Right, so I got that. I've got this that my sister gave me. It looks like bark, really, but I don't know what it is, but anyway, it's quite interesting. So I got some of that, and I just knotted a bit of string. Got some of this handmade paper that I've just ripped a bit off. So I thought we'd do some kind of collage. And also behind here, I thought I would add one of these butterflies. Yeah. You can go that way. That small one there would be nice. Get something like that behind here, in the window. So what I thought about was something like this, I suppose. Something like that. This sort of about here with a butterfly under there. I would like that over like that. And then maybe this sort of here, something, and then something in, a word or something in the middle. And then some washi tape. I think we need a nice bright colour here, and then we can put a little bit of washi tape on here as well. I think that's what I've come up with anyway there. I quite like that. So I'm going to get on with that because we need to distress this paper a bit. It's all very straight, isn't it? So don't want to lose that. That's Safina. Lovely. Love it. I got to incorporate a few mushrooms in one of my pages too. Right. Yeah. So I'm going to distress that first. If I can find me distressing tool somewhere. Oh, there is. This is only thin, very thin paper, but it's great for work like this. I mean, the scrapbooking paper will do. It's just that I had that. So I'm going to actually rip it. It's quite thin, so. Pull that up a bit. Actually, even tear it a bit. There you go. How's that looking? Time I ink the edges. I'll do it with tea first because just I'm not sure how dark it will. No, it needs to be a little bit darker. So I will say safety first. Take that off. More on this edge, I feel. Perfect. Let's glue that down. don't always glue right to the edge until I finished, because sometimes I like to slip things under. So I'm going to go quite central with that bit there. Yeah, because if I want to put anything under here and it's already glued down too well, then we're stuck. So that's one of the last things I'll do. I'll go along and just re-stick that down if I haven't utilised it. That's there. Right, let's have a look. That I don't need to do anything with. This I need to distress a bit and make the sticker for the back. And I need to blend that out a bit with the tea. That's it. It should come off these anyway because they're quite shiny. There. Okay. Okay, let's do that in a minute. Just going to put it on a bit of card so we can cut it. I'm not sure. I'm just going to do a few and then just do that. Let's see which one. It's too big, so it's going to have to be one of the little ones there. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. So we make it slightly bigger than we want. And that's going there. Okay. I might just stitch around that card there. I want that to come slightly over there. So. And that needs to go down as far as there. Yeah, I'm going to stitch around this card. I need a bit of texture on it. Okay, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I've stitched all that and I've just glued it. I stitched around it and then I've glued it to this because it's getting a bit fragile, so I didn't want to lose it anymore because the bits were falling off of it and it was shrinking before my eyes. So I thought, yep, that's going to go somewhere there. So I'm going to stick this one down first. Just like that. Actually, I think I need that slightly over, so just a little bit. I'm not worried about that because that all comes off. Oh, seagulls are very quiet today. I think they had, I think they're up all night eating and then they sleep for a few hours in the morning. Okay, right, I'm going to just hold that in front of me because I need it for balance. Okay, because I want something up there, so I'm going to come down a tad more. Yep, that's fine. So I'm going to stick that there. Might need to protect that stuff there with something. Might have to put some Mod Podge over it because it is quite fragile, but it's such a lovely texture. I wanted to use that. Okay. Right, I'm gonna have to hold that up. Okay. Right, and this was just make sure that's straight. Yeah, that was the bit that was I put on a card, didn't I? A bit of washi tape, and I thought it would look quite nice up there. So I'm going to do that. At least not want not. Okay, right. This is going to be fun to glue. But I'll put a bit on there. First. Lovely. Right, so we need now is some words, and I thought, well, we've got these, haven't we, from Tim Holt, so something out of there would look quite nice, I think. Oh, I know what I was going to do too. I was going to put a little bit of this washi tape, wasn't I, on the, before I had that, I was going to use a little bit of this. So I'm just going to just rip a bit and do that. That's good. I like that. Okay, words. Dreams, beautiful. Let's have a look. Creative. Yeah. Genuine world, traveller, imagination's quite nice. Discover. I quite like the word discover actually. So I think I'm going to use that. What's the other ones? What's this? Collect beautiful. So, collect beautiful moments. I really like that. I've got to have that. So let's get a piece of card and do what we've done before. I just stick it on and we cut it out. And then it'll be slightly raised up as well. See how many words you get out. Those books are really quite expensive with this words in. That's why I know this is quite expensive in England. It's like £10, but that's a lot of words. And I just thought, well, I can mount it on card and do my own. There you go. Right, I'm going to have to hold this up in front of me. Sorry, folks. Yeah, I quite like it on there. Yeah, I like that. Okay. All right, let's put this away. Oops. There we go. And I think we need a little bit of this washi tape somewhere, definitely, for a ping of colour on here. Anywhere really, don't mind. And here. Yep. Okay, that's it. I think we're done there. Okay, you can see that one there. I think that's enough. Yeah. It's a little bit too white, whiter than I like, but I can, I might try and tone that down a bit because it's washi tape, so it's not going to take brilliantly. But I know we could do it with alcohol inks, but let's tone that down a bit. Look, that's fine. Okay, it was a little bit too, I'm white, and I didn't like it. There we go. I think, you see that now? Right, so that's done. Okay, so on to the next page. Yeah, don't need anything else there. Yeah, that's fine. Right, on to the next one. Right, I shall see you in a minute. Oh, I'm yawning again. Sorry, everybody. This is the last double spread that I've got in the book. So that's the back. No idea what I'm going to do with that yet, but I found some little bits. I've got the Tim Holtz flower. Got these, all the paper that come out of this pack. Again, I love it. These are, we get these from the range in the UK, and they're about $1.50 for a pack, $1.99, something like that. They're very, very reasonable. So, and they go do a smaller one like that size. They're a pound as well, and they're absolutely brilliant. Love them. And they're, because they're really, really thin, so they're great for any mixed media work. So I've got one of my tags that I, you know, like I've done earlier. So I'm going to use one of those and some of this that's really, I soaked in tea and then let dry, and I always thought it looked a bit grubby, but for this sort of work it's absolutely fantastic. So, and I got that left, so we've got to use that up, haven't we, from what I've done earlier with the washi tape. And then I've got this, which I'll take that off. We've got that, and that's come out of the book. Yeah, that's come out of that book here as well. There, so I thought that'd go in the back. Do something like this with all this behind, all hanging over the page would be nice, I think. Right. Quite messy. Something like that. Something similar to what we've done before, really, but it's different things. Yeah, and that's got to go over like that there. Yeah, and then we can have some words up here. Here, what did I do? Is something like similar to that but reverse. Then this I wanted sort of up here somehow, like that, and this will be sort of like that. This I've got to use because I'm not wasting it, because I like it. And maybe a bit of that, and maybe that's sort of here. I quite fancy a bit of stitching on this plate, on this on here as well. So I'm going to definitely stitch around the top of that. I'm not going to do it all because there's no point, because you're not going to see it. I might just stitch the tag here, which would be nice. So I'm going to stitch the tag first, yeah, and stitch the top of that one. I think that will be fine. Then we've got some inking to do, but that's the sort of layout I'm thinking of. Okay, right, I'll go ahead and do that a minute. Okay, I sewn around it, and I also found a little, it's a feather type thing, charm, and I made a, you know, put an eyelet in and then tied it off with a bit of fabric. And I thought, yeah, I'll have that as well on there. That came to me as I was sewing. I thought, oh, I've got some little charms that'll look nice, which were here. I think, again, these were from UK. They were from the Works. I think they're like £2 a packet, something like that. Okay, right, let's get on with sticking some things down then, I think. Should we do this one first? So, we've got here. So, I just sewed the top of that one, but I'm going to distress the rest of it because, again, it's a little bit too neat. So, I don't mind it ripping or anything. It's fine. You won't see that down there, so I won't bother doing that. Break it down a bit. Yeah, take a little chunk out there, I think. Right. Might as well ink up everything while I'm here. These I've done ages ago, just a bit of cardboard. That's actually a real leaf on there. Yeah, I stuck that on there last autumn actually. I collected a load and just sort of glued them on things really, and because it's protected with the glue, so. Okay, right, let's get sticking. Yeah. And the glue is, where have I hidden it? Just there. Just make sure I'm in frame and the video is going, because a couple of times already today hasn't been running. Make sure that's straight there. Just going sort of like that, won't we? And then this was behind it, so I want that to go sort of like that, I think. Yep. So I'm just going to put a bit under here first and then glue where I want to do after, yeah. So that goes there. Let's go put that there. And somewhere like stop it sticking to your fingers as well. Okay, right, now we can, do you want anything? No, I'm going to glue that down there now. I'm happy with everything. there. Like that. Right, let's do this one then. I can remember how I had it. Right, I got it. I think that goes about there. So let's stick that down first. Oops. Like that. And then that was about here. Yep. Right, so we need that down. I like the hangy bits, so. Now I feel I want it at the bottom because that's more at the top. No, it's okay because I'm going to add a bit more down here, I think. Yeah, and I'm going to trim that so it's not so much because it's looking the same size as that one, where I think it's not right because it's almost like that size. That's that side, so it's making me think it should be identical. Yeah, and I think so. I'm going to tone that down a bit. I'm going to cut quite a bit of that off. And then we use the bit we cut off down the bottom. And just raggy that a bit. It's coming off the side more. Look. Yeah, that's better. It's got to be identical or exactly the same. It was too similar, but not. So it made it look odd to me. I mean, it might be all right for you, but that was my eye telling me it wasn't right. Right. Okay. Okay, if I stick that down, and have a bit coming out of here. Oops. Just creates a tiny bit of movement there. And you know, this has all got to be stuck down yet, so I quite like the way that's going there. Let's see if I can just pull that out a bit more. Okay, it's a little bit too perfect there. Okay, I like that. I can play a bit more with this, maybe. And it hanging all over the page. So, there's going to be something in here. I'm not sure yet what. maybe a little quote about leaves in autumn. Be nice, I think. Did I stick? Right, let's stick this side down now. Right, I think a word there, definitely, from Tim Holtz there. Look quite nice. Live in the moment. I like that. Use that one there, I think. Degunked my scissors. Right there. Definitely. Okay, and we're going to do something up here as well. I've got to definitely do something in there. I'm not quite sure what to put in there yet. It'll be something. Okay, right, let's have a little think what I'm going to put in there first. Okay, I found my little quote that, you know, like I've done before on the vellum. I print them out on the vellum. And then double-sided sticky tape on the back. That's done on typewriter, that one. So what I've done here, I actually stuck it onto some Edith Holden, and because it's on vellum, it'll take on the colour underneath. So that's toned that down really nicely to go somewhere around there. Which, see how nature comes alive even as her falling leaves dance joyful goodbyes. So I thought that was appropriate with that leaf there, because that was picked up off the floor last autumn. Actually, I must put a date in this journal too, because it's something that I've done. I know I started it last year, but at least I finished it this autumn. And I will do another one. I'm going to show you how to do all the pages and everything. All right, and the colours. Similar colours I've used. I actually can't remember what I used exactly, but we can come up with something. It'll never be the same, you know, that's for sure. Right, let's have a look where I want that. I sort of want it. Do I want it coming out over there? I sort of do, really. Right, okay. Oh, and I've trimmed this a bit as well. I thought it was a bit too much. Okay, so I trimmed that back. There. Okay, I still haven't got anything in there though, but I think it's all right. I think that, you know, I might leave that and just see how I feel about it, because at the moment I don't want anything up there. You know, if anything, no, that's fine with me. That's balanced in my head. So yeah, I'm going to put that in the journal now and see how it looks. Okay, stick that in there. So I think we are about done. I've definitely got to do something on the back there. I'm not sure what. I don't want very much on there actually. I quite like that. It's pretty wacky, isn't it? There may be some quote or something about autumn. I don't know. But I'll think of something to go on the back. Okay, I do feel this is a little bit bright here. It's a little bit too orange. My husband would say, oh God, Andrea, because I got too orange. It's too black. So I might get some gelatos or something and just tone that down a bit there. I think I will. That's perfect. I love that. Yeah, and here we definitely need something else. So perhaps I use some of this napkin here. I just don't need those now. I've got a tuck spot there if we need to, because I really like, I have something here that I've kept for years. Okay, there it is. I've had this for a very long time. Yeah, and I took it out of the book, and it's quite you know, a modern book, so I know I couldn't copy it, but I just loved it so much. So So I do want to sort of like, and it's a tiny bit big, that's the only trouble. So I might have to just even fold it up a little bit differently and then put it in there, because I just love it and I want to keep it. So that would work actually. It's sort of a bit of a poem. Okay. So I think maybe just fold it and keep it in this book, because I want to keep it. It's sort of like, when it's been hanging around, I've never known what to do with it, and I found it again the other day and I thought, oh, I kept that for a reason. There we go, that's ended up quite well. And then that can go in there. How's that? That's brilliant. And we've got another tuck spot here, but that's supposed to be stuck down at the back there. Let's put a bit of glue on that. There. Just got to make sure that's square there. Ink up the edges, not with that one because there's nothing on it. Oh, up, we're alive. Just, that's fine. Oh, and all the blackberry look as well, so we could change that around if we wanted to. Oh, that's handy actually. I'll keep it like that. I think that looked good. Just think that. Does it look like it's supposed to be like it? One there. Oh, it couldn't work out any better, could it? Yeah. How's that then? I think that looks good. And then I can keep it. Okay. So, right, let's think about something here then. Definitely need to do something here, don't we? Yeah, I think either a napkin on the back there, because we don't want very much. So if I had this, where did I put that? I've got a bunny rabbit there, but that one. Thought I was going to stitch that on there. A bunny rabbit from some wallpaper. Might do that because Tommy stitched that on. I just tree at the back. I need more trees. I need more trees. Oh, that's nice. I don't really like that now. I think that's better. Yeah. It's funny, isn't it? Sort of. No, I'm not keen on that. What does it say? There. I think that's better. Yeah, so I'm going to put that there. Okay, and then I could put that there as well, because I think that's quite nice. And then we're going to do something up there. Okay, I've got my bits and pieces that I want to decoupage with, because I think that's going to be right. Let's get your glue. Take out a minute. make sure that opens up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do while it's wet is just take some of this off here. See? Okay. And then I'm going to put one down here. Doesn't really matter because when it's dry it disappears anyway, so there we go. Right then, let's dry that. Okay, it's all dry. So I've got to sort it out a little bit because it's a tiny bit white in places, but that's okay. We can, that's because it's dark underneath. You know, when it's lighter underneath, you don't see that, but when it's dark, you see the white. But we can get rid of that. And blend it in a bit more. And I shall be sanding it, just making sure it's dry before I do though. So I want it to look part of the page and here. But it was one of those things, wasn't really sure what to do with it, so that's fine. Let's have a look. Okay. Yeah, and I'm going to stick that one on there. It's like one that was left or something. And then what was we going to do here? I'm going to stitch around that and I'm going to put that on as well. And there's a little bunny rabbit. So, which I quite like, and it's wallpaper, just out of wallpaper. I'm going to stitch that on there and then stitch around the whole tag as well, and then that is going there. Okay.